Which one are you making now?
Raspberry strawberry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll get a Coke. I love coconuts.
There's this coconut spray, body spray at that Bath and Body store in the mall. I'll get that next week. Corn on the cob, huh? How ripe is it?
It's pretty ripe. There's like one that we opened up right there.
Oh,
Yeah.
how much is it per cob?
Well, they're 3 for $1.
Oh,
Yeah, so
Apparently done.
So yeah, if your dad brings that up, tell him he can even call me and I'll tell him that's not happening.
Yeah.
So, but I'll
and I did not like it how
He just said that because he's probably sick of her and he wants to get rid of her.
I did not like it
Oh
when
yeah, you should be like, I'm sick of you too.
I did not like it when we had Norma Kip at the meeting either.
Yeah,
because
that didn't
she
work
threw me
out.
under the bus.
Yeah, I didn't like what she said
Yeah.
either.
I thought she would be more of a good advocate for you, and that's not really how it worked out.
No, she turned on her. I didn't like that.
Yeah.
And when I see her too, I feel like I could go like this, but I keep
I
my.
think part of that is just because she's so older, also.
Yeah.
Like they're just from the same kind of older generation,
Yeah.
and they don't really get it. I don't think.
No.
They still see you more like as a child and not as an adult.
Yeah.
And you've been an adult for a long time now, so they need to work past that. Yeah. Can I email you about when we can go see that apartment?
What does that say on the side? I told somebody else that the fair that I was in the New York Times and stuff. It was over at that AV.
But the New York Times thing, they didn't give you a good review, did they?
I was very pissed off when they said Wausau, Wisconsin may be out of the way for some few. I wanted you have a little meow. Hi, honey. You remind me of my cat Patty. Yeah. I love my kitty Patty so much. So much. If she was here, I would give her plenty of tuna. Yeah. I'd give her plenty of tuna. You have green eyes and pink nose just like her, honey. Just like her. I miss my baby girl so much. I love her so much. When she was a little baby, her mother almost disowned her. And her sibling. No, I'll be going then.
Yep. He's not here yet.
Yeah, they were saying that I can't bring my phone with me because they don't appreciate the videotaping. And I told myself 5 years ago without a problem, and it was just to me. So maybe you can come home with me after the fair, and I'll show you the video once I find it.
Okay.
I don't know what their issue is, and I have the rule too. If I can't take my recording devices, then I'm not allowed to go anywhere with you then. We're waiting for the taxi. splash pad.
Yeah.
They had a hippopotamus out there,
Yeah.
and my grandma would take me in. I'd swim, and sometimes the little kids would poop in the pool.
Ew.
So we had to wait until they cleaned the pool.
Yeah, maybe that's why they took it out. They were tired of little kids peeing and pooping in the pool.
Oh, right there. This is like a Walmart. They always had entertainment here.
I know,
That's why I
like,
always come here and
yeah.
watch entertainment.
Yeah, like they had last year where people played guitars and stuff, or people dancing.
Yeah.
I wonder why they don't have that this year.
Yeah.
I wonder why they don't have it this year.
What a ripoff.
Yeah.
That's my only disappointment for this.
Yeah.
Which car do
I had a question for you.
Oh, this ain't a car. This is a margarita. Yes. Laura, how are you?
Yeah, my dad wants to know if it's just for a couple of days or for the week because
For the
we're-
week.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we'll call you if you're drawn for the prize. Otherwise, you'll get a nice gift certificate for half. They'll let you know about the show discount.
Okay, because we're gonna have just two, me and my friend and maybe another friend.
That's fine. Yeah.
Take a little break. Hi, you guys. I'm tired. So yeah, I'm gonna go home now.
Excuse me? Is there any way that we could drive around? I have a delivery.
You need to get back into your vehicles. Just move now.
That's it. That's the truck that's gonna kill everybody. You need to stop that
I
truck.
told you again, you have to calm down.
Why won't you listen to me? Look. Oh my God.
This is Unit 13 requesting medical assistance and backup for a major traffic accident.
Kimberly, what's going on?
boys and girls, moms and dads. Welcome to Aussie Kingdom. I'm Carolyn and this is Chris, and we'll be your guides today. Australia is home to so many fantastic environments, and if you're not lucky enough to have visited, we're going to take you on a little bit of a journey, learning more about the different environments that we have, the animals that like to call them home, and what you're missing out on. So start picking your tickets and start traveling around Australia, as it truly is a fantastic country. The first place we're going to visit is northeast Queensland, up to the Daintree Forest. Beautiful. This rainforest is over 135 million years old. And when you have such an old rainforest, luscious, tropical, and green, temperatures over 35 degrees Celsius are a normal daily thing. But with temperatures that high, you can expect rainfall all year long. With such an old rainforest, we have lots of old trees and tree hollows. So what essentially is a tree hollow? A big hole in the middle of the tree. But how it comes about is truly fantastic. Ants start climbing up the branches fall down, and they continue to eat until they've created a hollow. Now, there's lots of birds who love to live in these hollows. Like the kookaburra. As the largest member of the kingfisher family, the rolling laughing call of the kookaburra is one of the best known, unknown animal sounds in the world. The sound you hear in jungle movies is not a monkey, but actually a kookaburra. These guys rarely catch fish. They prefer eating mice, lizards, and snakes. They mate for life, and they can be found living in family groups, as their children stick around for years to help care for the new babies, which is really quite unusual in the animal world. Good job, Grover. Gonna pop you away. We have lots of other animals to come out and say hello. I'm moving away from the rainforest and coming down a little bit further. We're going to my favorite place, the outback. Dry heat, not humid like the rainforest. And not too many people drive around the outback. And what most people don't realize is when you're driving through the outback, you're driving on nothing but red hot desert sand. You can drive 500 kilometers every single day with nothing in front of you, nothing beside you, and nothing behind you but red dirt. But there's animals who love that dry heat. So we're going to bring out a friend of mine who loves that dry heat more than anyone else. And it's Kimba. Everybody, this is Kimba. And he's what we call a bearded dragon. As the name suggests, he has a beard that goes all the way around his chin. Now he can change the way he looks in the middle of the outback. If a bird was to fly ahead or another animal on the ground, what he would do is puff up his beard to make himself look really big, really strong, open his mouth, and go, bah! But if that doesn't work, he goes to plan B. You know what plan B is? Run. Run as fast as you can. Find yourself a log or two rocks, wedge yourself up inside there. So if you cut Kimba, going down this way, he's very smooth. But going back up this way, he's very prickly like a cactus. So what Kimba would do is find himself a log or two rocks, wedge himself up inside there, and puff his body up. Now another animal could come along and pull at his tail all he wants, but it really wouldn't do any good, because he's gotten himself wedged up in there quite nicely. So what you're looking at is a new age Velcro lizard. Good job, Kimba. And we'll bring Kimba back out at the end of the show for everybody to see how prickly he is. Our next guest is Melman, the blue-tongued skink. Now, they're a relatively shy animal, but when cornered, they can put up a bold fight. What he would do is puff up his body, stick out that long blue tongue, and hiss. Now, these guys live in a wide variety of habitats, including deserts, grasslands, and forests. And they're one of the few lizards who gives birth to live young. All reptiles are ectothermic, which means they cannot heat up their own bodies. They need the sun or the heat to do that for them. Good job, Melman. Now for my next guest, I'm going to need a really brave volunteer. Do you have a brave volunteer out here today? Let's see. How about that young man right there? Come on over. We've been using all the girls today, so it's the young man's turn. What's your name?
Vince.
Vince, all right, turn and face the audience. Put both hands out just like that. A little closer together. There we go. Now, Australia is home to 7 out of 10 of the world's most deadliest snakes. So that's why we brought Nico, the sugar glider, instead. Now, sugar gliders get their name because they fly from tree to tree. We're going to see if Nico will give us a little flying demonstration today. Ready, Nico? Where are you going? Here we go, Nico. All right, you ready, Vince? Come on, Nico. He's just thinking about it. Out in the wild, these guys can fly 25 to 30 feet between the trees. Nico has to think. Come on, Nico. There we go. Let's give Nico and our helper a big hand. You want to give him a little pat? That's a good. Pretty. All right. Thank you. Sugar gliders are nocturnal, which means they only like to come out at night. They eat fruit and insects, and they can be found throughout Australia and New Guinea. And just like a kangaroo, they carry their babies in a pouch. So Nico still likes to sleep in his pouch. Good night, Nico. And today we're going to answer a question that I get asked an awful lot. And that's, why are your kangaroos so small? People come expecting to see something about this big. There's actually over 60 different types of marsupials in Australia. And just like dogs, they come in all different sizes. We have 7 different species on display here, which is the largest variety of species on display in the United States. And normally if you're out in the wild and you come across a kangaroo, you pretty much guarantee it's not going to be just one. More like a large group, or a mob as they're called. Anywhere from 20 to 50 animals. Within that mob, there's usually one big boss room, one big boomer. He's like the security guard. He watches over all those girls that are there. Now, as a human, if we're walking through town and somebody comes running past us screaming, we're going to stop, look around, try and figure out what that crazy person is running from. So rather than just dropping everything, running and screaming, we lose valuable time getting away from something that is potentially dangerous. As humans, we're very curious. Not these guys. One gets up, hops away, they all follow. Ask questions later. And they can hop quite fast. They can reach speeds of up to 40 miles an hour. Each jump covers about 30 feet. And they don't believe in fences. Hop straight over. They can hop 8 foot high in a single hop. Now within that mob, they will fight over who gets to be the big boss room. You guys have heard of a boxing kangaroo, right?
Yeah.
People are under the impression that when these guys fight, they punch each other, like a boxing match. It's actually a bit wimpier than that. What they'll do is stand up as tall as they can, push their chest out to make themselves look really big, push their faces back, and slap each other. More like a sissy slapping fight, whoever slaps the fastest. And normally it's pretty much one-sided. One kangaroo will win, and he'll stand over the other one to let all the girls know that he won that fight. But if you have 2 kangaroos that are about the same size, that's when it gets a bit more dangerous. These guys can kick. They can kick with such a force that they can break a rib or rupture an internal organ. And that's the amount of damage they can do to another kangaroo. As a human, we don't have a hide as tough as a kangaroo. So you can imagine the amount of damage they can do to our internal organs. Now, kangaroos and wallabies are all marsupials, which means pouched animals. People come expecting to see a nice big pocket. That pouch is barely visible. More like a belly button, muscles holding tight all the way around, and they're seen only when there's a joey climbing inside or sticking its head out. Well, as a marsupial, they do reproduce quite rapidly. In fact, they're only pregnant for about 34 days. And what they give birth to is only about this big. Now, I'm sure a lot of you ladies are extremely jealous. We did get the raw end of that deal. And once that joey's born, it knows straight away to crawl into that pouch. There it'll spend about the next 9 months. Once out, like little Spock here, a Spock is a 1-year-old eastern gray male. He'll get to be about 6 foot tall and weigh close to 180 pounds. The males are almost twice the size of the females. So once out, he would go off and find his own mob. If it's a female, it would stay within that same mob. Now one day after giving birth, she can actually fall pregnant again. But she can only have one joey in the pouch at a time. So you do the math. Really doesn't add up. You can't be pregnant for 34 days and have a joey in the pouch for 9 months. So what they do is called embryonic diapause, which essentially means that they pause the pregnancy. That's not as simple as her thinking, wait, I'm not ready for this. I gotta wait 9 months. Her body has hormones that tell her she already has a joey in the pouch, she's already producing milk, and will pause that pregnancy. Once that joey's out of the pouch, it starts the pregnancy back up. 34 days later, that joey's born. 1 day later, bred again. So at any one time, she could have 3 different developmental stages. 1 at foot, 1 in the pouch, and 1 in diapause. Now those 2 joeys have different nutritional needs. That's not a problem. She makes a low-fat milk for a newborn, and another kind of milk for her older joey. Now it's time to introduce you to the rest of our mob. Now in the wild, these guys would eat grasses and roots, but here we feed them a specially blended kangaroo chow. Well, one thing you'll notice is we're not too good at naming our animals in Australia. Where they're from, what they look like, and what they do is what we call them. So Whisper is from the western side of Australia. She's gray, so she's a western gray kangaroo. Nani is from the eastern side of Australia, so she's an eastern gray kangaroo. But Nani's an albino eastern gray kangaroo, which is extremely rare in the wild. Only about 1 in 10,000 are born. They have a hard time surviving because they can't hide from predators. Gandalf is our little red kangaroo male, and he's the one that'll get to be about 7 foot tall and weigh close to 200 pounds. They're found throughout the Australian outback. Milo is our little agile wallaby. Are you hungry? Is our little agile wallaby. They're quite common throughout Australia, but extremely rare on display here in the United States. And Pippi is our little Bennett wallaby. The Bennett wallabies are also quite common in Australia. Tucker is our wallaby. People think that the wallaby is a cross between the kangaroo and the wallaby. They're actually their very own species. Their name is a combination, they're in between the size of the kangaroo and the wallaby, so their name is a combination of both names. Again, not very good at naming our animals. Now, while Whisper is extremely greedy on her food, Tucker has a much nicer way of telling me he would like food. He says sign language, food. Good job, Tucker. Can you do it one more time? Food. And our last little species is Frodo. Frodo is a 10-month-old swamp wallaby, and they're found throughout the swampy areas around Queensland. They only get to be about 3 foot tall, and their nickname is the Black Stinker. Our last guest is Taz. Come on out, Taz. Now, the dingo is an amazing animal with so many unique characteristics. They're definitely not just like the dog next door. As one of the oldest breeds of dogs in the world, wild or domesticated, these guys arrived in Australia more than he loves to show off. More than 4,000 years ago, most likely descendants of Southeast Asian dogs and wolves. Now, some of the unique characteristics that they have are they can turn their wrists to use their paws like hands, so they can open doorknobs. They can flip their heads 180 degrees in both directions, have longer canine teeth, and they can't bark, but they sure can howl. But life's not as easy for a dingo in Australia. In fact, it's well known that if you have a dingo's breakfast, that means you had no breakfast at all. Now, for centuries, these animals played an important role in everyday customs. Today, not much land is left in its natural state. Thoughtless actions by a powerful few have forced many of our animals out of their habitats and into extinction. You can help protect animals by not buying products made from exotic animals. Visit your local zoos, recycle, and use recycled products. Help save a tree. We'd like to give the Wisconsin Valley Fair a great big Aussie cheer for inviting us here today. I'm going to say Aussie, 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 and you say oi, oi, oi. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
Oi, oi, oi!
Great job. Hooroo.
That's real easy for you to say. You don't give a damn. It's not that simple for me, Colin. Why not? Why? Because Hillary and I have dreamed of having a life together for a really long time. I don't want to start our marriage off with a lie. I hate myself for what I just did.
You might hate yourself a whole lot more if you tell Hillary the truth. I mean, you think of what it might do to her. You think of what you stand to lose. You think of the pain. So, what she doesn't know won't hurt her.
It's gonna hurt me. I'm the one that have to walk around keeping a secret like that.
Well, that didn't seem to be the issue when you were boinking your father's wife.
Oh, like hell, Colin.
Hey, I could test you with me. I'm just telling you what I've observed.
You have no idea what you've observed. You have no idea what it was like keeping a secret like that from my family. And I can't do that again.
I expect more out of you. Show some class, have some respect. Take your personal issues outside of here, not my daughter's place of business.
Oh, I'm sorry. So you would rather I follow your example, the way that you react when you found out that your wife was cheating on you, because I wouldn't exactly call that a lesson in dignity. And if you want, Neil, you can stand there and pretend that you've gotten over it, but I know for a fact that you haven't.
Bradley, sir, tell him so he's blinding me.
Get up, Bradley.
I'm allowed to talk, sir? I've got to know. I'm darkness phobic. Just because he's scared of the dark, sir, does that mean he's a lack of brain?
You'll have torch, Bradley, not a pocket slipping over. Okay, listen up. Just a few things to run through before we head home. Put your phone away, Bradley. Thank you. Firstly, collect up any rubbish you may have generated through Midnight Feast or whatever. Hello?
Look at this. Why is this one so fat? Because it was a lifesaver. This ring, though, or the other ring's the fin. This one's fat and red. See? Must have been a good year to be a tree.
I should have been relieved, you know. Oh, Colville School, slip over. Hang on, there's a nap for this. No, it moved. It's jammed, it's not locked. Come on, team. What team?
Sir, where are we?
What do you mean, where are we?
We can't have been asleep for that long, can we?
My loves, dinner has arrived. Oh, and by the way, your web is such a mess. Clean it up, will you?
Hi, you guys. I feel so freaking tired. In a little bit from now, I'm gonna go to bed. Okay? That's how tired I feel, and it's only like 10:15. It has been August 6th, 2015, and I don't think that's fair if I go to the shrimp boil and they says no recording devices. Yeah, I understand that no one wants to be filmed some of the time, but I can say, do you like to be filmed? And if they say no, I can simply say, okay, stay away from me. And then that'd be settled with. So I don't think the people who are in charge of the program understands that. So might as well not go anyway. Screw making new friends. And they wonder why I'm not so social. Come on. Get realistic. Try to be compromising to everybody, and they don't like it, I guess, so I don't know. I don't know what to say. So, looks like I won't go to the shrimp boil again this year. 4 times in a row. It's been only on the fair week anyway, which I don't like. Why can't they pick a week to where it is not on the fair week? Jeez, you know?
B13 063 N45 N37 I-22 B6 065 I-28 N38 B2 G46 I-23 071 062
Round over.
Hi, well, you'll hear the traffic and me getting ready for bed or sleeping or whatever, so, yeah, see you around your beanies next video. And I decided to just go to the fair anyway tomorrow because I gotta ask the college something. So I'm gonna skip out on the shrimp boil anyway, since they're being fair in the first place. Don't want to hear me out or anything. So